Alright, welcome back for another episode of Zack's Odd Garage. We are back today with the Toro Snowblower to try to figure out what is going on with the auger. I'm guessing it is a belt, so we're going to start with that. I'm Zack, and this is my Odd Garage. So you remember last time we saw, even in both tests, the auger was kind of spinning slow, then fast, then slow, then fast. So my best guess is it is a belt problem. This is the belt housing cover. See, it's loose. It's really just two bolts, one on each side. We're gonna zip those off and we'll see what we're looking at. One of the first things I see is all this black in here. This is old rubber from the belt. So the belts are wearing, you can even see here, it's probably rubbing here, so it's lighter. Looking at this front belt is what drives the auger, and this rear belt is what drives the wheels. The front belt has quite a lot of slop, but right now it's not engaged. So the auger engagement is right here. When I engage it, definitely picks up a lot of the slack, but there's still quite a bit here on my side. You can see I'm pushing quite a bit. Gap there. There is a lot of slop in this belt, so it got stretched out basically over time. I'm gonna go ahead and swap the Fiero and the snowblower. We'll move into the garage and we're going to get this belt off, and we might as well get the other belt off while we're at it. The easiest way it seems to be is to separate this front from the back. We'll put it up on blocks and we'll go from there, because there is an input shaft here and there's an input shaft on the other pulley. So either way, if you get this off of here, it's still going to be wrapped around that shaft. All right, we're all moved into the garage. I'm going to put some blocks under the back, put some blocks under the front. We'll get the wheels off just because it'll give us easier access to the bolts to separate this. This should be okay. It'll slide forward enough with this, and nothing else connects it. I'll just have to take this front belt off before separating, and then we'll be all good. Have this ring, I'll show you. I think they call it a ring pin. So the pin goes through the axle because there's a hole in the axle, and then the ring goes around it so it can't ever come out. And then there's a washer. Now I could actually show you too what I was talking about. These wheels, they have these, see those little triangles? 4 of them. That's how the wheel engages. So over time, those will just wear. And that's why I had to get these new spare ones. Now I should have access to these 4 bolts. I'm gonna work this belt off here. If we look over here, we can now see clearly that the bottom is slotted. So that'll make it easier going back together. Now we can see I separated it right. I can get the front belt off, and now I can get the rear belt off when we loosen the tension on the rear. The front pulley is what's spinning the auger. The rear pulley is going to spin to move the transmission to turn the wheels. 2 bolts, 1 and 2, that hold this tensioner pulley in place. So we're going to try to do that and see what happens. Alright, I got both belts, and upon closer examination, this one looks decent. There's small dry rot cracking. The other one is, I think has a, yeah, it's already started tearing apart. It's probably why it's a little bit looser. A couple spots. And there's a lot more. See all these cracks, a lot more dry rotting. So we're gonna do them both. I found a Toro dealer, and I got our 2 belts we need. Briefly, I'm just gonna try to explain this. So this double pulley is what comes off of the engine crankshaft. So this is always spinning and spinning. So that rear one is going to drive this pulley here, which is connected to whatever transmission's underneath to drive the rear wheels. Right now it's just spinning because the transmission is not engaged in any way. So that one can spin freely, and it's held tight by this tensioner pulley here. The front pulley drives the shaft all the way up through the auger, and it is engaged when I pull the auger level. This pulls in and puts tension on that pulley. We'll see that again once we put these belts in, and we will get that tensioned up. Tensioner's tight. There's not a lot of play in there. That's great. Now we're going to slip the other belt on, get it lined up, and then we gotta push these back together. all 4 bolts are in, thank God. And I got both of the belts are in, and I just checked the tensioner works. And there's not a lot of slack, but we're gonna have to run the motor and see how it works. So we're just gonna put the wheels back on, we'll be done. After a long day, I think we got the Toro all figured out. The speed looked consistent, the belt looked tight. I'm gonna put that cover back on, and hopefully next time we get snow, we'll test her out again. Thanks for watching another episode of Zack's Odd Garage. Tune in next time for who knows what. We got plenty of stuff to do. Like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Tell me what you guys want to see. Maybe we'll start some new projects that you guys like. Follow me on Instagram. Have a great weekend.